What's up guys, Karataka here, and today I'm here within the Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be going over the Tyrannomon deck. I know you guys have been looking forward to this, and I've been playing around with the build a lot, so it did take me a while to make a deck that I feel comfortable showing you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the deck profile. Of course, this is not a perfect deck, and this deck is tier fun, so don't expect to, you know, take world championships with this. But anyway, let's get right into the deck profile. So for the Digitamons, we're running 4 of the Tyrannomons. So this Tyrannomon gives you a draw every time you play a Tamer. A green Tamer, which is fairly easy for this deck because we're running all green Tamers, and we have a lot of ways to cheat the Tamers out, so you're going to get some draws just to blow through your deck pretty quickly. Next, we are going to be running 4 of the new Rust Tyrannomon. This card is actually really good. It is 5 cost, but there's a lot of ways to reduce the cost for its evolution. So most of the time you'll be playing this for really low costs. So it's really good. If you guys want, you guys can run the BT-2 Tyrannomon, Rust Tyrannomon, but it's not that great in my opinion. I think their function is relatively the same, and there's not really enough Digimon on the board for you to fully utilize the Rust Tyrannomon from BT-2. I guess it depends on what decks are mainly played at your locals, or you know which decks your friends play. You can kind of adjust the ratios according to that. But I think for a all-purpose build, and I guess if you guys are having trouble finding the BT-2 Rust Tyrannomon, this card is pretty good for that. But yeah. Next, we're going to be running 3 Digimon. So Digimon is the new SR for this deck. So we're not running Rust Tyrannomon as the other one because I think Digimon is a really good alternative to the Rust Tyrannomon win con. So what he does is on evolution you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you can play a Tamer from amongst those cards, and then put the rest to the either bottom or top of the deck. And then for the second skill, it's on attack. So on attack, you'll be able to look at, for every black or green Tamer you have, you can look at 1 card on the top of the deck, and then you can play a total of 10 costs, and you put the rest of the bottom of the deck. So this Digimon is really good because you'll be able to cheat out your Tyrannomons really easily, and you have a lot of cards here that does have on-play abilities, or not a lot, but we've got some either with. We'll go over them a bit later, but anyway, the Digimon is mainly here for a bit of rush. If you're playing, we're also playing the Panyamon, so the Panyamon will help you give your Digimon rush, so you'll be able to attack with them. Anyway, so this is just another alternative win condition, so it's quite good, and I think people are kind of sleeping on this card. Obviously, there's also a way to play around it, and you have to kind of set up your board quite a lot in order for you to fully utilize it. But I think the little buff that he gives yourself, like you can be a top 3, and then if you have something that you want to play, you can use its on attack ability to play that card. If not, you can just put everything to the bottom so you can increase your chances of getting something good. So that's the Digimon. So next we are going to be running 2 Master Tyrannomon and 2 Metal Tyrannomon. So these are really flexible. You can run any sort of Tyrannomon evolutions for this build. Honestly, for the whole level 5 lineup, there's so many Tyrannomons you can run, so it's really up to your personal preference. Personally, I'm running two of these 2 because I think these 2 have the best effects, either as an inherit or as a standalone ability to have when you're using it in conjunction with the Digimon. So the Master Tyrannomon gives you security check. It gives all your Tyrannomon security check, which is really good. Inherit Source just gives you security check, which is good. It's 4 cost to evolve, but it's really not a problem because if you do evolve, your Taigas will be able to help you reduce the memory cost. We'll talk about why Taiga is not, why this deck has some troubles. We'll talk about it when we get to the Tamers. Your Metal Tyrannomon is here to help you kind of stun your opponent. So it's pretty good. You can just rest your board as well, so then you can go use your rest Tyrannomon to just plow through them. So not bad, depends on how you like. You just, again, readjust the ratios. For the other level 4s running, so level 5s running the Tyrannomon. So this is here mainly in conjunction with Digimon. You want to give your stuff rush. If you think running 4 is too much, we also like to have a tamer you can cheat out with him. So that's why we're running this at 4. If you want to run more Tyrannomons, you can definitely cut this down to 3 and then run an extra Tyrannomon of your choice. But I think 4 is kind of the best number, especially since when you're in your level 4, you do have a lot of level 4s that help you cheat out tamers, but there's a lot of times that you're not ready yet. You're not ready to cheat out your tamers yet, or you're not ready to push your Digimon in the battle area yet. So you can kind of evolve into your level 4s, and then you lose out on playing your tamer for free. But in exchange for safety, you still want to play that play that Digimon, and I guess the Tyrannomon is there for your insurance. But for the level 4s, we're running 4 of the Tyrannomon from the new set. On evolution or play, you can just play a 3 cost or less tamer from your hand, and inherit skill gives you a DP buff, which is really good. And we're also running 4 of the EX Tyrannomon. So this card is not as good because this only lets you play Taiga if you don't have any on the board, and this is treated as a green Digimon, so that's okay. And it only buffs Tyrannomon, so ideally you don't want to have your Digimon inherit him. Mainly it's going to be your rest Tyrannomon's base, but if you want, you can cut this down to 3 and then run this as a filler. For consistency's sake, I'm just going to be running this so we can have a fuller lineup of level 4s. And we're going to be running the BT-2 Tyrannomon that helps you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you can grab a level 5 and a green tamer. So very good searcher. Again, if you're not ready to push your Digimon out yet, then you can kind of just evolve into this and then just lay low for a sec. But it is a very powerful searcher, and it helps you search for combo pieces if you need it. So yeah. For our level 3s, we were running all searchers. So your Agumon searches for tamers. It gives your Digimon buff if you have a tamer on the board. It's 2k buff, so it's quite good. Next, we're running Betamon. Betamon helps you search for a level 4 as well as a green, or level 4 or a green tamer. So hits a lot of targets in the deck. Quite good. And last but not least, we're running Tentomon. This is kind of a iffy option for me. You can definitely run this. If you have any other better options, you can definitely run it over the Tentomon. I think Tentomon is just here in case you're really stuck. You can open the top card of your deck, and then if it's green Digimon, you can add to your hand. So most of the time you'll be able to grab something, but in the event that you don't, then you just hard cast it, or you can just use it as kind of like peeking your deck. So that's all the level 3s. If you think you're a little bit level 3 light, you can kind of cut some tamers out, or as I mentioned before, cut the Tyranna out for the extra level 3s. But yeah, I haven't had too big of problems yet because I guess I was pretty lucky. Alright, let's go on to the tamers. Running 4 of the new Taiga. Running 4 just because you want to have your DP buffs as well as the cost reduction. This tamer reduces the cost or level of level 5 and above evolutions. So it's quite good. You'll be able to reduce the cost and play a lot of your upper level Digimon for a lot cheaper. And if you do have a bunch of them in the field, you can potentially Digivolve for free, which is really good. Next is the Taiga. Running 3 Taiga from BT-2. only running this because he does have Taiga in his name, so it does synergize fairly well with the rest of the deck. He gives all your Tyrannomons piercing, and so it doesn't work with Digimon, so it's unfortunate, which is why we're running 3. And his other skill is whenever you Digivolve into a Tyrannomon name card from your hand, you can rest this card to reduce the cost by 1. So as I mentioned before, with your rest Tyrannomon, you'll be able to reduce this cost just by having a Tamer on the board, but you'll also be able to reduce the cost by having this Taiga on the board. So for having one of this Tamer on the board, you can reduce this cost by 2. So that's already a 3 cost. And most of the time, you're going to be having multiple Tamers on the board, so you'll be able to reduce the cost by a lot. So pretty good. And obviously, it's mainly here to give your Tyrannomon piercing, so that whenever you attack, you can still do some piercing damage. It's pretty good. For the other, for Tamer for the memory reset, we're running 2 Kens. So if you want to run Mimi, you can run Mimi instead. But I kind of like Ken in here, just because you'll be able to get some extra memory to play around with if you do have him on the board. And pumping out Digitomons is pretty okay. So it's really up to you guys. But I'm experimenting with Ken because I don't think Ken gets enough love. A lot of people just rank Mimis. Obviously, she's a good tamer, but I think you should give Ken a chance. Next, last but not least, for the options, we're running 2 flower cannons. So running a flower cannon because a lot of times you'll be reducing your evolution costs with your tamers and stuff. So if you have extra memory left over, you want to have a rested Digimon to attack into. And this is flower cannon also serves a really good defensive card just to save yourself. So I think, yeah, flower cannon is the option of my choice. Obviously, it's a flexible slot. You can run any other option you want in this deck. And if you guys think the Tamer lineup is a bit heavy, you guys can kind of run green memory boosts or any other searchers that you might think is more useful. But that's pretty much it for this take on the deck. This is just my opinion, of course, and kind of a skeleton for you guys to use as a reference. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to support the channel, feel free to use the affiliate links down below. I've been pretty busy with, marriage stuff soon because I'm getting married next month, finally. And also because I'm also moving. So lots of really stressful things happening around. So that's why I haven't had too much time to record. I apologize for that, but I will definitely get back to recording on a more frequent basis after I move back and after the ceremonies are finished and stuff. And yeah, I'll probably get back to opening figures and stuff as well. So stay tuned for more video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!